Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's great to be here with you. We have our panelists, Rachel, Momo, and Mike. Today, we're going to be talking about a powerful topic that I think many of us can relate to, which is the idea of desire. What is it that we want? How do we truly get it? But more importantly, how do we truly get it? But how does that keep fulfilling us? How does it stay fulfilling? Because a lot of times we get what we want, but 3 or 4 or a week or a month later, it's not making us happy anymore. So today we're overall discussing the topic of desire, what it is, how do we get to the core of it, how do we keep it, and how do we keep allowing it to make us happy for a long time. So let's start with Momo, just because I love your hat. And what did you want? What do you want in life a lot, really badly?
So one of my biggest desires, like that takes over a lot of my life, is money.
Like everyone
Obviously, it is a
wants
pretty
that.
common one. I'm assuming you all have it as well to some extent. But yeah, I really, really, really want a lot of money, and
Don't we
um,
all?
yeah, it's pretty much one of the.
Don't we all? So I'm going to jump in for a second. I have a question about the money because I think many of us want money, but I think it's more specific to you and more specific to everybody that's watching for us. But while you guys are watching, I want you to think about for yourselves, what are some of the things that you want on a daily basis? And we have our panelists here to we're going to go through it. We're going to understand what these desires are on a deeper level. But I want you just to be thinking about it on your own as well. What are some of those desires that you have and where do they really lead to? So back to you, Momo, and all of us that really, truly want money. What does money give you? What does money allow you to have?
So money offers comfort and safety, but also a lot of freedom, right? When I have a lot of money, I'm not stressed about, where my next meal is coming from. Am I going to make rent this month? Can I really afford to hang out with my friends this week if they want to go out, to somewhere that costs money? But
Or you
then
can
there's
buy your new toy, your new
what?
game set. You
Yeah,
can buy
yeah.
your new game set with it.
We'll get there. We'll get there. But also, money affords the luxuries, right? Which is that comfortable lifestyle of like, massage chairs, gaming computers, luxury vehicles, mansions with jacuzzis. That's like the dream.
Okay. So, but if you look at the money, which is a physical, tangible thing, you want a lot of it, or you want a lot of zeros in your bank account, some of the things that you're looking from that money is comfort, is safety, is freedom. And when you look at those things, they're not tangible. They're not something that you can grab. You can grab a stack of hundreds, but the fact that that stack of hundreds is going to make you comfortable is not guaranteed. Chances are, if you buy something comfortable with it, it will be for a certain amount of time. But what I want us to pay attention to is how we want physical things, but what we're really looking for from those physical things is a feeling or an energy, which is the energy of comfort, the energy of freedom, the energy of security. So Momo, that's great. I'm going to pause with you for now. We're going to jump into Rachel's life for a moment. And the reason why we have so many amazing panelists, not only because they're really good looking, really fun, and really spiritual, is because we want to give you a diverse idea so that you could think of, what is it, Momo?
Said, please keep going, keep going,
Oh
keep
my
going.
God.
Yeah,
Keep
thank
Humble.
you.
flattering
Don't
the
forget
ego.
humble.
Humble is a good feeling. So, Rachel, what did you want as a teenager, or what is it that you want now? What is this something that's a core desire for you?
So a core desire for me always is to connect with people. People relationships is always big with me. So in high school, the biggest thing that I wanted, that I'm sure everybody can relate to, was I wanted to be really popular. And I wanted everybody to know me and love me and, get that admiration from everyone.
I think it's just you. Anybody, Mike, Momo, you had that in high school?
'Just
100%.
me.
I still
Everyone,
have it.
I feel like every teenager who goes through high school or any other system, like always looks for that option, how to be popular, how to be
Yeah.
accepted.
Wanting to fit in.
100%. wanting to fit in 100%. Now, just like I did with Momo, I'm just going to ask you a little bit deeper. You know, why did you want to fit in? Why did you want to be popular? What benefit did you get from it? What was the feeling that you got from it?
The feeling that I guess, trying to get is to feel accepted and to feel loved. That was like the, you know, like everybody, you know, knowing you or seeing your name, you feel loved, you feel admired, you feel like, yeah, like you,
Like you're worth something.
It's
Like
yeah, like
awesome.
thank you, Michal.
But look at it's so cool. Like we each one of us we probably all in some way wanted to fit in to be popular. And I'm sure many of you might be asking to yourselves, like, everything that they're saying, Momo wants money, Rachel wants to fit in and be popular. Like, these are general desires. Doesn't everybody in the world want it? But when you look at, Rachel's, her desire to fit in was so that she would be admired or to be loved. Maybe some of you watching from home, your desire to fit in is to be cool. Is it because when you have nine siblings, I don't know, maybe 6 siblings, 5 siblings, and you didn't necessarily fit in among them, and you were looking to fit in school? But each one of us have a deeper level of desire. But Rachel, same with you. You look to be popular in school. That's like a physical desire. You want to walk in, right. You're wearing your backpack, 1 strap, because 2 straps is kind of not as cool. But why? Because you wanted to be loved and accepted, and those things are feelings. They can't necessarily be accomplished by someone or through someone. So
right.
One of my favorite topics, by the way, is desire, because it's so deep. When we start to ask ourselves, wait, why do I really want something? It might not be the book that I want to read, or the video game console that I want, or the new phone, or to be accepted. What am I really looking for? Because when I ask myself what I'm really looking for, it actually gives me a better chance of accomplishing it, which we'll speak about a little bit later. So let's get to Mike. Mike, what do you want?
So I want a lot of things. I feel like desire is something that every human being has, if it's big or small. And really, when I recollect, when I reflect and look back, when I was a teenager, middle school, high school, I think there's a very big culture with teenagers, the young people, about fashion, clothes. And it was accepted in my school that basically, if someone has the new Jordans, if someone has this new fresh t-shirt that came out, if you have that, then you're accepted, then you're looked upon differently than other kids who, you could say have cheap or lower clothes. And that's what I would do. And that's what I would want. So I would basically work, for very hours and hours just to buy, a shirt that I don't even like, but I know that's going to make me, have some eyeballs, exactly, fit in, and people to look at me. And that's what I wanted. And I was really grasped, and I was really into that. And today, of course, I see it in a completely different way with fashion. But I think the idea of being, also I could connect with Rachel, with her, what she wanted as a teenager, that really being accepted and being, I guess, cool, you could say. That's something I always strive for. And through fashion, I guess it became toxic with me. And yeah.
It's powerful. So you looked through the physical lens of things. It looked like when you were a teenager, and for many of us watching, it looked like, I want the clothes. Yeah. I want the freshest Jordans. I want the nicest shoes. I want the coolest haircut and hairstyle. And,
exactly.
And I want to be cool. That's what I'm looking for. But when you go to the depth of it, and I'm going to ask you, like, genuinely, if you can go back for a moment to what you were feeling when you walked into school, and you had the new pair of shoes, and you had the new pair of clothes, and people were looking at you and pointing, maybe like a little bit like, dude,
no, they were just
what did you get? What was the feeling? What was the feeling that you, like Momo's doing right now? What was the feeling when someone looked at you and was like, what did you get inside? I'm really curious to know.
I'll be very honest, and thank you for the question. I think it's important, to really analyze those kind of things. And to be honest, so, I come with some new pair of Jordans. I come with new pairs of some Supreme shirt or something, high fashion, you could say. And then so, my friends would say, yo, this and that, you look great, amazing, whatever. And I would feel high. There were 5 minutes in that time where I felt a certain high. I felt a certain, feel good thing. Yeah. But what happens? An hour passes, 2 hours passes, 3 hours passes, and it just becomes another thing. and what happens is that because eventually, really, why do you buy the clothes? Why do you strive for it? For that 5 minutes of being high.
You were
And
chasing the high, man.
exactly, exactly.
Junkie with fashion.
Yeah. I was.
It's funny because you always need another one. You're looking
exactly.
for
It's never
another.
enough.
Another
It's
one.
never.
Yeah, another.
Really deep,
Yeah.
really deep. So let's pause because I think we really solidified the point here, and I think all of us, including everybody watching right now, we all have desires, and a lot of times we get what it is that we want, and it fills us for 5 minutes, like Mike said, and then we need another high or we need another solution. But what I think is interesting, and this is what I want to leave us off with before we move into our next episode, which I think you should definitely tune into. It's so interesting how we're physical beings. We live in a physical world. We want spiritual things. We want things like acceptance, to be loved. We want comfort. We want security, which can't be touched. And the places that we look for those things are in the physical world on things that expire. The shoes will never be amazing forever, even if you have a cleaning lady cleaning them every single moment, because there'll be a new fashion in 5 years. So even if you take the best care of it, they still won't be doing what they did for you. Everything physical has almost like an expiration date, and we're putting all of our investment of this energy that we're looking to feel in physical things. Now, what the Kabbalists explain is that it's not necessarily that we shouldn't put it there. It's where are we investing most of our time? Where are we investing most of our energy? And that's what we're really going to speak about. Look how it started. Physical things. We want something physical, but what we're really looking at, what we're really looking for is an energy behind it. So join us in our next episode, Rachel, Momo, Mike, and myself, where we talk about what is this energy that we're really looking for? Where does it come from? Where did it start? We're going to go way back to where this energy first came about so we can learn about it and figure out how do we get it in our lives in a more consistent basis so that it fulfills us long term. So thank you guys so much for joining us for this episode. We'll sign off now and we'll see you back in episode 2. Don't miss it.